Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in this podcast, I'm going to discuss about footnote 7th aphorism. So let's get started. So there are two footnotes under this aphorism. In simple words, these footnotes are something which will give us a clearer idea of what actually is being communicated through the aphorisms. So these are some things which will give us a clearer idea and the context which Hahnemann wants us to understand, and applicability of this aphorism is also given through some examples in the footnotes. So let us see what footnotes of seventh aphorism are there. So it is given in continuation of this first sentence, that is, now as in a disease from which no manifest exciting or maintaining cause has to be removed. So in that sentence, that the term removed has this number called as 1. So as we can see down, it is there, like, it is not necessary to say that every intelligent physician would first remove this where it exists. The indisposition thereupon generally ceases spontaneously. So what he means to say is there is a kind of, or say, classification of disease according to Hahnemann, which will be coming in further aphorisms. So before that only, there is a discussion of something called as indisposition, which is a very, very important term. So in this situation, the physician need not do anything, and it is a condition where the body comes back to normalcy without intervention of any special medication. That means, if there is a kind of diarrhea after overeating, it will come to normalcy as soon as the diarrhea is over. So it doesn't need any kind of special medication, just a period of fasting and say light food is enough for him to recover. And also there are some examples given by Hahnemann in this first footnote, which are of examples of indisposition. He will remove from the room the strong smelling flowers which have a tendency to cause syncope, that is, tendency to faint, and hysterical sufferings. Extract from the cornea the foreign body that excites inflammation of the eye. So if there is inflammation of the eye, if we give euphrasia, there is no need to do that if it is due to a speck of dust. That is, a removal of dust speck is enough in that situation, and no other medication needs to be given. And loosen the tight bandage on a wounded limb that threatens to cause mortification. Again, if we don't know or improperly take a case, we may think that it's threatening gangrene, and we may go for Adsal, Barnica, Carbo Animalis, etc., all complicated things. But if we are unprejudiced, and if we have the correct focus given to the case, we will understand that the tight bandage may be one of the reason. So this is something, a senior is expecting us to be a bit with presence of mind and think with a bit of common sense. Lay bare and put a ligature on the wounded artery that produces fainting. That means stop the bleeding in case there is an open wound. Endeavor to promote the expulsion by vomiting of belladonna berries that may have been swallowed. The belladonna berries, if swallowed, are really poisonous, so they need to be vomited out. So that is the only treatment that need to be given in that situation. Extract foreign substances that may have got into the orifices of the body. So in that cases, it's really not appreciable that if we think that we can do something with medication. So there is need to be a clear-cut common sense in which cases we can do something and which cases we can't do anything. So the second footnote is given in context of totality of symptoms. So he's given that in all times the old school physicians, not knowing how else to give relief, have sought to combat and if possible to suppress by medicines here and there a single symptoms from among a number in diseases, a one-sided procedure which under the name of symptomatic treatment has justly excited universal contempt, because by it not only was nothing gained but much harm was inflicted. A single one of the symptoms present is no more than the disease itself, than a single foot is the man himself. This procedure was so much the more reprehensible that such a single symptom was only treated by an antagonistic remedy, therefore only in an enantiopathic, that means allopathic and palliative manner, whereby after a slight alleviation it was subsequently only rendered all the worse. So what he means to say is totality is not properly understood by the allopathic treatment. If there is a headache, they think only the headache, the remedy is to be given is like which reduces the headache. So what he means to say is when there is no causative available, and if underlying miasm is maybe the reason of the headache, we have to consider the totality of the symptom rather than just concentrating on the symptomatology. So we do generally make this mistake So if any kind of individual organ symptom may be present in front of us, we have to give importance to the physical generals, the modalities, the constitution of the patient. All these all these together comprise of the totality of symptoms, and they need to be considered. So that brings me to the end of this podcast. Hope this podcast was helpful. If so, give this video a like and don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Till then, bye bye and have a great day. Bye.